Hello, everybody, and welcome to Quadrant 4 of the Wisco beer bracket here in 2024, a Milwaukee beer review. As always, I'm Josh.
And I'm Ross.
And we have our good friend Tyler with us from Nosy Neighbor Brewing out of Kenosha to help us work our way through this Camp Randall quadrant of our bracket. So we have got, again, 4 unique beers here from 4 unique breweries in the state of Wisconsin. Very different styles here. Maybe outside of the last 2, but
different style within the style.
Definitely different style within the style. So this should be a fun quadrant to work our way through. Yeah.
Good set. Enough said.
Hey,
right.
Let's do this. All right, so we're gonna get things kicked off here with Lion's Tail. This is their cherry sour.
Crimson is the name.
Crimson. The only sour in the bracket and the likeliest beer to win.
Yeah,
so
this is new this year from them. This is one that they recommended for us to try. They thought this would be a good addition, and yeah, the only sour, which is weird. Normally have 3 or 4. It's the only one, and
a sour has won this bracket every year. We'll see where this one lands after today. So let's get a little nose on Lion's Tail's Crimson. Smells like cherry.
Yeah.
Definitely a sour.
It's got a sweetness on the nose, though, as well.
It's very sweet, fruity.
Yeah, I mean, it's cherry. Yeah, that's the problem, which it should be, so.
I would hope.
Yeah.
Let's try it out.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, damn it.
It's really good. Damn it.
It's really tasty. The cherry is very, very well done. More in the maraschino cherry style, I think.
I was going to say.
There is a sourness to it, but it's not like a puckered sour. It's just it's a nice, clean sour.
Yeah, I think the cherry is really good. Sometimes with cherry, it makes me, like, I worry that it's going to come off like medicine. But this cherry is very sweet, very fresh. The only thing I'll say is that it's really sweet. I think there's a lot of sweetness there, and then there's like the tartness, but there's a lot of residual sweetness in there as well.
Yeah, I would say candy sweet more so than sour.
Yeah.
It's tasty though. It's pretty darn good.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
It's a pretty darn good way to kick it off. What's next? What's it competing against?
So it's up against Milwaukee Brewing Company's Wheat Wave. So this is a brand new beer, I believe, from Milwaukee Brewing Company. I don't know anything about it. This is a wheat ale fermented. Oh, I don't know that word.
Violized.
What is it?
Violized.
Violized yeast.
I don't know that word.
It's a tropical wheat ale.
You can do it.
I'll just go with
You
that.
can do it, Ross.
I've never seen that word before. So it's a tropical wheat ale from Milwaukee Brewing Company. Let's get a nose on. Let's just move past this.
Sorry.
Tropical wheat ale. All right. I like the coloration.
Yeah.
Actually, and the cloudiness of it. Ooh. Whoa. It's got like a super dank, like hop nose to it.
Very citrusy on the nose. Kind of was like tangerine or mango or pineapple. Somewhere in there, it's what I'm getting on the nose. Or theorized, or whatever that word is.
Yeah, so thiolized yeast is like a newer thing that they've had where they can add a certain basically aspect to the yeast that drives like aroma.
Yeah.
But sometimes it gives off like almost like a sulfury smell, and I'm kind of getting that a little bit on here. It's pushing it beyond. Maybe the fruit is just making it a little bit more sulfury, in my opinion.
Yeah. All right. It's an interesting nose, for sure. All right. Let's check it out.
Cheers.
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 For as much as the fruit and everything, the tropicalness I was getting on the nose, not getting on the palate as much. The hops are kind of coming through more. There's a little bit of bitterness towards the end of it. It's tasty, but it's not really, I think, what I was expecting it to be.
It's interesting with how strong that nose is. You don't get a lot of that flavor actually on the palate. It's actually it's pretty. The entire palate is pretty subtle. It's almost like watery, almost like that's almost kind of the characteristic that I'm getting. It's like it's not super flavorful. There's not a ton of flavor in this. Now it's a wheat ale. I don't expect a ton of flavor, but trying it right after that cherry sour, it definitely feels like it's just very, it's very standard, almost watered down taste almost to me.
Now, is there actually fruit in here, or is it all coming from the yeast? I can't remember what you read.
I didn't read anything.
Do you know all those
Shut
words?
up. The tropical wheat ale is what it says.
So I think it's just all coming from the yeast.
I'm gonna let you read things.
Okay. So first of all, you get some fruitiness, and I just wanted to know if it was from fruit or if it was from the yeast. But I would say, going with you, the mouthfeel is a little thin. For being a wheat, usually wheat adds body to beer. This is really light and thin, which, I mean, it's meant to be obviously a summer drink, so not saying it's necessarily a fault, but it is thinner, lighter, but it does have that yeast-driven fruitiness to it. That's present. So.
Yeah, agreed. Okay. Well, we got to choose between these first two, which one is moving on in this quadrant. I will start. I think it's pretty clear that Lion's Tail and the Cherry Sour, to me, takes this portion of the bracket.
Oh, Tyler?
I agree. Lion's Tail Cherry, I think, just has a overall better flavor for me and a better experience. So.
I'm going to agree. I think Lion's Tail really hit the nail on the head with this one. It's a really good cherry. And for me, who doesn't love sours, it's just enough sourness for me to enjoy it, but not over the top where I'm not going to like it. So,
agreed.
All right. Moving on to the next half. So,
second half of it. What's the first beer?
The first one we got is from Lakefront Brew. This is their Chili Rabbit. So we did one earlier, the first one. This is a cold IPA again. Again, this has been a style that's really been kind of more popular the last couple of years. This is Lakefront's version. They have the Hazy Rabbit. This is now their Chili Rabbit. I don't think I've had this one. I'm trying to remember if I have, but I like cold IPAs again, so I'm excited for this one.
Yeah.
So, to the nose.
A little nose on it.
So it's very malty for me, and it's almost coming off more of a closer to a Bock, almost like not the sweetness of a Bock, but that's kind of what I'm getting on the nose. Almost like a barley wine, actually.
I can see what you're saying. The malt aroma is definitely there. The hop aroma, I guess, or smell that I'm getting is like a little bit of pineapple.
Okay.
But it's like a sweeter pineapple, almost like something else is blended in there. I don't know if it's a mango or something.
Tangerine, mango, and strawberry flavors from the Cashmere Idaho 7 hops.
All right, well,
Well done.
Yeah, it does have kind of a barley wine, like malty, sweet nose to it.
Interesting. That's not what I was expecting. So.
Yeah, it smells good though.
All right, cheers.
Try it out. Cheers.
So for me, like the hoppiness is there, and it's a nice bitterness at the end of it. There's a very subtle fruit undertone there, though, that is, I think really adds some nice balance to it. A little bit of sweetness to this one. This one's really well done. It's really deceiving, that little fruitiness that you get to it.
Almost an unexpected bitterness to it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like crazy bitter, but like it's pretty consistently bitter from the front end all the way through the back end. It's fairly smooth, and it's just consistent, I think, all the way front to back. It's a solid cold IPA. I actually like this quite a bit.
Yeah, I think up front I get like that malt sweetness that blends in with the fruitiness of the hops, so it's like this sweet, like fruity aroma flavor right away. But then on the back end, that bitterness dries it out, so it's not like left to be like a really sweet beer. I think it finishes really well and dries out nicely.
Yeah. No, really good. We're well done.
Yeah.
Definitely different than other cold IPAs I've had, too.
Yeah.
It's very unique in the style.
So the last beer in the bracket, we have a brand new brewery, has not been done on this channel before. This is Cocoon Brewing out of Green Bay area.
Yeah.
So this is what do we have from them?
That's a great question.
That's
it's
a
a
great
West Coast
question.
IPA.
Yes, it's a West Coast IPA coming in at 6.9%.
What is it called? Hunger of something? Hunger of the Pine?
A Hunger of the Pine.
Yeah,
Yes, from Cocoon.
Yeah.
Very interested to try this. I've not had anything from them. You have.
Yeah, really, really fun place, really good place. It was fun when we were there. I took a quick picture and posted, and the owner almost seeked me out to kind of hang out and talk with me a bit. This is what he recommended for it. Really nice place. So if you guys are up from Green Bay, strongly recommend checking the place out. Good pizza. I didn't have the pizza, but I've heard it's really good. They got one of those pizza ovens right in the back behind the bar. So really nice place.
Cool.
But
All right.
awesome. To the nose.
A little bit on this West Coast IPA.
So much more traditional IPA. This is going to be very traditional. Nice bitterness kind of coming through. Really good hop aromas.
I agree. Mostly hop aroma. Not a ton of maltiness behind it. It's just mostly hop bitterness on the nose.
Yeah, I get like a pine, which obviously the name makes total sense. A little bit of dankness there. But I also want to just point out the color. I love that deep golden for a West Coast like that. That's like classic American IPA right there.
All right, let's check this
Cheers.
out. Cheers.
So it's that pininess that's really coming through. Very traditional kind of bitterness coming through. Very different from what we just had. I think this one is, when I think of an IPA, I think traditional. This is really what I kind of think of. This flavor profile coming through.
Yep.
Yeah, I get a lot of good pine hop flavor, and then at the end there's like that grapefruit citrus zest kind of that really dries it out, makes it nice and bitter, which I really like. So
it's pretty much a poster child for your standard West Coast American IPA.
Well executed.
Super well done. Very, very good. Wow. Okay, that's tough. So two really good IPAs, different styles of IPAs. Tyler, let's start with you. Where are you going?
So, I think I'm going to go with Cocoon's West Coast. I think what I appreciate about that the most is it's super clean. Like there's the fermentation super clean, just leaves exactly what you want. Is all the hop. It just showcases the hops, and it's really, really well executed and balanced. So I'm going to go with the West Coast.
Josh?
I'm also going Cocoon. If I'm going to drink an IPA, that's the style that I'm going for. Everything that Tyler just said.
Yeah.
I think it's really well done. It's really well made. It's a poster child for that style of beer. It's really well done.
All right. Cocoon as well. And it's really not because the Lakefront was off or did anything wrong.
No.
It's the Cocoon. I think it fits our flavor profile a little bit more. I thought the cold IPA version that Lakefront did is really unique. I really like what they did, but I think the Cocoon, with that pininess coming through, is just super well done. So
Yep. So we've got two beers left to find out the last beer that will be entered in the final four.
Very different.
Got Lion Tail's Cherry Sour, and we have got Cocoon's West Coast style IPA. So one last sip of each of these, and we've got an important decision to make, folks.
okay. All right. I'll start.
Okay.
Both these beers are really good, and this one's a tough decision because it's very different styles, so it's kind of hard to drink them back to back. I'm going to come down to it. I'm going to actually go with Cocoon. I think it's the better beer for what I like to kind of drink more, and I also think it's a better executed beer. As well done as the Lime Scale beer is, and I really do like the cherry that they use. I just think the Cocoon one is very clean. I love that pine flavor kind of coming through, so I'm going to go with that one.
Okay. Tyler?
So I think both are very well done for their own reasons, obviously. Very different beers. The cherry sour was really good. I think for me, the thing that detracted from it was the sweetness. Not sure I could drink a lot of it. And for that reason, I'm going with Cocoon, and I could just easily sit down and drink multiple pints of that.
Mhm.
It's just such an enjoyable, well-executed beer. I'm going the West Coast.
You made things really easy for me. Thank you, because it did not have to be my call. I think they're really close. I think Lion's Tail did a great job with that sour. It's definitely up my alley. But I think what Cocoon did with this West Coast IPA, it's totally on point. They just nailed it. For that reason, I was going to go Cocoon as well, but glad to hear both of you also agreed with me. So, a sour will not win.
The rain is over,
The
people.
rain is over.
Peanut gallery is not
Peanut
happening.
gallery is booing. They may disagree with this ruling, but Cocoon is making it into the final four. So we've got a West Coast IPA, a Czech-style lager, a
Dunkelweiss,
Dunkelweiss,
and a coffee lager.
and a coffee
Yeah,
lager.
so.
Very interesting final four.
And very spread out. We got Grafton, Mequon, Milwaukee, and Green Bay.
Yeah.
So only one Milwaukee brewery technically made it in, which is pretty cool. I like
Very
the fact we
interesting.
got a nice variety there.
Should be an interesting finale to this series. Hopefully, you're all watching basketball. You're all having fun, enjoying the first 4 days of the tournament. It is day 4. We just finished the Camp Randall bracket. Thank you for checking out our channel and seeing what we're doing here with all these great Wisconsin breweries, including another one in Nosy Neighbor. Tyler, you want to give yourself a shout out here on the channel?
Yeah, I mean, we're Nosy Neighbor. We're a homebrew group right now. We like to brew fun, unique beers, and we're just happy to be a part of this March Madness. So
Yeah.
thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming.
Quite a few of them on camera at the moment. So, yes, thanks for checking us out. Check out Nosy Neighbor Brewing on Instagram, and check out our finale episode where we'll have 4 beers fighting it out for a championship battle for who will win the Wisco beer bracket here in 2024. So thanks for watching, and we'll see all of you in a few days.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.